Hello programmers. In today's class I will explain how to create scenario in Open Office Calc. First of all, let me explain what is scenario. We can use scenario in Open Office to set multiple values in the same cell. That means you can see here I have taken January and I have taken expenses of January month. I've included few fields like house rent. I've included phone bills, electricity bill, groceries, fuel, entertainment, policy premium and miscellaneous. So in the same cell I'll create different scenarios in Open Office Calc. So let us start. So for this what I'll do is I will first of all calculate the sum of these values. For this I will take equal to sum and then I'll put range inside this. So this cell address, semicolon and the last cell address and enter key. So this will give me the total of the expenses. Now I will try to I'll calculate savings here, where I'll use equal to and then I will use the salary amount minus the expense. So this will give me the savings now. So for these cells I'll create scenario. So for that, first of all you have to select the cells for which you want to create scenario. So in my case I will select the values. Now as I want to select January also, so I have to press control key as this cell is non-adjacent. So I'll press control key and then I will click on January. So this way I have selected cells which are non-adjacent. Now I'll go to tools, scenarios, and then I will give some name to my scenario. Let this be MON1. Now here you can write a comment if you want. Now let us come to settings. There are 4 options in setting. Display border will display the border for each scenario. So you can select any color of your choice. For example, I'll select orange for January. Now this copy back and copy entire sheet. I'll explain you in next scenarios these 2 options. Now this prevent change option I'll check it because this will prevent any change in the created scenario. So I have checked display border and I have checked prevent changes and I'll click on OK. So this way I have created scenario for 1 month, which is January. Now you can click on this arrow, drop down arrow, and you can see your scenario in the form of list here. So there is only one scenario as I have created only one scenario. Now I will change the values for next month. I'll click on this and I will write Feb for month. Now I will change the values for Feb month. I'll take it house rent as 12,000, phone bill let it be 1200 only, electricity bill I'll change again, I'll change the groceries even, fuel let it be like this, policy premium, and miscellaneous I'll keep it as 3,500. Now this is the scenario for or this is the amount for Feb month. When I click on enter key, it will calculate automatically as we have used cell address in the formula. Now let me try to create a scenario for Feb month. Again you have to select the cells for which you want to create scenarios. Pressing a control key, you have to select another cell, that is month, and then after selecting the cells, go to tools, select scenarios, give your scenario some name. I'll give month 2, MON2 for this. I'll give a different border color for Feb month. Let it be red. Now I will uncheck this and I am selecting both the options and clicking on OK. Now this is the scenario for Feb month. When you click on this drop down, you can see both the scenarios. When you click on Monday, you can see January and the amount related to that month, and the calculated amount is 32,200. When you click on month 2, the values are changing and it's becoming 36700 and 18,300. Now I've created 2 scenarios. Let me create one more scenario, and so for that I'll do changes here. I'll write March. Now for this March, I'll keep the house rent same. I will change the phone bill to this amount. Let the electricity bill be 4,000. Grocery be the same. Entertainment I'll keep it same. For miscellaneous I'll keep it 4,000. Now when I click on enter, it will calculate and it will calculate the savings as well. Now for creating scenario for March month, I will first of all select the cells for which I want to create scenario. I'll press Ctrl key and I will click on the March month. Then I will go to tools and again scenarios. Now let me give a name MON3 for this scenario. Let me change the border color. Let me take it as blue. And this time I will check both these buttons. I'll explain you what is copy back and what is copy entire sheet. See, copy entire sheet will create a separate sheet for this particular scenario. For this MON3, it will create a separate sheet where you can see your scenario for this name. And then when you click on OK, you'll get a separate sheet MON3 for March month only. So this is the option we have checked. Now let me explain you. So first of all, let us see our scenario. When I click on MON1, it's becoming January and the different values 32,200 and 22,800, my savings. Now when I click on Monday 2, MON2, the border color is changing, the values are changing and it's becoming 18,300. When I click on third scenario, I can see my third scenario with a different border color, different values, and the saving is becoming 16,750. So this way you can create your scenario. Now let me explain you that copy back option which we have seen in our dialog box. So what happens for the third scenario, I've checked on copy back option, and for the remaining scenarios I have unchecked it. So coming to MON1 where I have unchecked that option, what happens when I change some value? Let me change this value. Let me change it to 1300. Now after doing this change, if you do some other operation and you come back to that scenario, like I have just changed the scenario and I'm going back to my scenario MON1. So can you see this? The value is again coming to its original. That means you cannot put any change here. Now for the third scenario, I have checked on that option. So when I change the value here, let me do it 1300, and when you do some other operation and you come back to your scenario 3, it will keep the changed value. So this is the option copy back. This is the way we create scenario in Open Office Calc. Now if you want, you can change the properties of your scenario using the toolbar. There is an option navigator. This is the standard toolbar and you can click on F5 even to get the toolbar. F5 is the shortcut key. So as you can see, I've got navigator. There is one more way, that is you can click on this right side navigator, then also you'll get this. Now you can go to this scenarios option. So this will display, you can see this icon, this is for scenarios. So there are 3 scenarios in my sheet, which is scenario number 1, number 2 and number 3. Now what you can do is you can right click this and then you can select, there are 2 options. One is delete. If you want to delete, you can click on delete. If you want to change some properties, you can click on properties. So it will display the same dialog box. There you can make some changes, whichever change you want. So I've selected my scenario number 2 and I will check this, and I can change the border color even. I'll change it to green. And when you click on OK, the changes are applied there. You can check it for your MON2. So this is the way you can change the property of your scenario. What you can do is you can do one more thing, that is you can right click it and you can click on delete to delete your scenario. Are you sure you want to delete the selected scenario? When you click on yes, that will be deleted. So now if I check, there are only 2 scenarios left as I have deleted one. So this way you can create scenarios in Open Office Calc.